We now have a trailer for The Smashing Machine from Benny Safdie starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Let's take a look at it.
Probably looking at my eyes.
How did that happen?
Well, have you ever heard of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the UFC?
That's the bloody thing they're trying to ban.
This guy is the best he has ever seen.
Do you hate each other when you fight?
Absolutely not.
How do you know Mark Kerr?
Oh, we go way back, but he's a buddy of mine.
Come on, baby. Too much?
Never.
Too much?
No.
Please welcome in his octagon debut, Mark Kerr!
Winning is the best feeling there is. It's 40,000 people,
Yeah.
and they're cheering you on. There's no other high like it in the world. No contract, no money?
No money.
Do you have any stronger pain medication?
Advil?
Advil?
Yeah.
Don, would you like
No.
some? They're handing them out like candy. Let's all get in. Everybody get in. Yeah, Don, can you take this picture for us?
Yeah.
What are you thinking at the beginning of the fight?
It's simple. Am I going to hurt him before he hurts me?
Yes, there were times, I'm sure
This Grand Prix to crown the greatest fighter in the world. He has come back from the brink. Let's see if he can pull out a victory over Mark Coleman. Have you spoken to either about fighting such a good friend for a life-changing amount of money?
I faced it all,
I just need you to let me in.
I took the bull.
Always about you. Only about fighting you.
Let's fucking go. My big strong man, I love
I think he wants your autograph.
Sure, no problem. No fighting.
I signed that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. All right. So I like the trailer. I like the way it looked. I have not seen the documentary. They did a documentary, I want to say it was like 20 years ago, that was on HBO that was about Mark Kerr. This is all a true story, if you aren't aware. Mark Kerr is kind of one of the pioneers of the UFC back when it was, seen as like a blood sport and was getting banned a lot of places. I want to say Mark Kerr actually won his first heavyweight title here in Birmingham. But it was a different world back then with UFC. I feel like it's gotten very regulated now. It's a lot more popular, obviously, now around the world than it was back then. And so I think Mark Kerr went to do the Pride Fighting Championships, which was over in Japan. I think you kind of see some of that in that trailer. But I think it looks good. I think The Rock looks good. The Rock is somebody who I feel like has kind of that stigma on him that he was good at wrestling, but he's not good at much else. He didn't really make it in football. He's not really a great actor. He does plenty of blockbuster stuff like Fast and the Furious, Black Adam. You can name a lot of the different things he's done that's more of like he's just action star The Rock, more so than like the actor Dwayne Johnson. And this is kind of putting him in that role a little bit. And Emily Blunt, obviously a very successful actress, has been nominated for Oscars. And, she looks pretty good in this as well. She actually looked a little more jarring the way she looked in this as opposed to The Rock, who still kind of looks like The Rock. But if you've seen Mark Kerr, actually it kind of looks like him as well. I do like that they have Bas Rutten, I think that's how you say his name, who I think actually was Mark Kerr's like trainer and helping him along, and he's actually in this film playing himself in this. So I do like that. And look, Benny Safdie is on a roll. Obviously, the Safdie brothers did some of the great work for A24 with Good Time with Robert Pattinson. They pulled a lot out of Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems. Once again, somebody who's not seen as a great actor, I think that put him on a lot of people's radars as, hey, this guy can actually act too. So I'm very interested to see if this does the same with The Rock and to see what do critics think about it, B, how successfully is this financially, because even though movies like Black Adam maybe weren't super successful, ultimately, they still make a lot of money compared to other movies. And The Rock is somebody who's been a part of a lot of big franchises and obviously is a massive draw for WWE, even though he didn't show up at WrestleMania this year for some reason. But, he's got Moana coming out, the live action Moana. So he's working on a lot of stuff. But this kind of pulling things back, being a little more A24, I really like seeing from him. And I do hope we see more of that from people like him, like Batista. I've mentioned multiple times, I think John Cena is kind of shoehorning himself into like a comedy role. I do think he could act well. And so I'm curious to see if he may do something similar to this after The Rock has done it. Batista has done some serious roles. He kind of goes back and forth from like the blockbuster action star to a little more of a serious role, but he was incredible in Blade Runner 2049. I'd like to see more from him. So maybe this will start the path of some of these wrestlers, because look, to be successful in wrestling, you got to be a good actor. Bottom line, a lot of it is acting. It's more than just the physical nature of it and, being able to fly around the ring and take a big hit. It is about creating a persona, acting as that persona. And I think, The Rock did that well with his persona and, has done that well even lately with his kind of final boss persona within wrestling. So The Rock can act. He has done it, whether we think of it or not. He's done it for the last 20, 30 years. It's just now in a movie like this, what is it going to be like? And I think it's kind of a good natural progression, kind of what we saw with The Wrestler. I think you're going to see the same thing here with The Smashing Machine of a guy come in, be a little more true to himself, and play a role that he kind of was born to play. And so, I don't know what this will get when it comes to award season or not, but I am very interested to see with The Rock and Emily Blunt both how this movie performs, and Benny Safdie, who, once again, on screen and behind the camera has been on a roll. So what'd you think of the trailer? The Smashing Machine coming out from A24. It comes out October 3rd of this year, so should be a good one later on in getting into award season a little bit. So we'll see what kind of praise it gets. What'd you think of the trailer? What do you think of The Rock in this role? How do you think he looks? I think he kind of looks like Mark Kerr, so I think they did a good job there. So let me know in the comments. Make sure to like this video for more trailer reactions, movie reviews, TV show recaps, and so much more right here on The Pop Culture Life.